Welcome back to What's the Story Hash Brown Glory with your hosts, Tom Bauer and
Lee.
Don't say put your full name out.
No, I'm like Madonna. Come on, I'm like Madonna.
Well, yeah. This episode has a great friend of ours coming on. But again, in true style, in consistency, which is our middle name, we're just going to continue the story of Rustic Kitchen and how we got here. So we kind of finished the first year of lockdown of 2020 and we're into early 2021, knowing full well that the world will open up at some point and my company needs its unit back, which we'd commandeered basically. There's actually still many signs left that Rustic Kitchen was there, like a massive hole that Lee made in the floor from leaving the mixer on and it just toppling onto the floor.
Was that me?
That was you. That was you. It's still there. And I look at it and
I thought I blamed someone else for that.
You.
I thought I blamed someone else for that.
But we knew we needed to find a place, didn't we? We needed to move out.
Yeah.
We couldn't stay there forever. It wasn't. The plan was then to have this place.
It was that thing whether we ended it all or we actually gave it a go, wasn't it? It was like weighing up that kind of thing. And
lucky for you, viewers, here we are.
Yeah, we basically looked around, had a little drive around, didn't we?
Yeah, we went a bit of a site-finding drive-by sort of place.
Looking in areas near where we were, to be fair. Actually, on the Turlington site.
Yep.
In Market Harbour.
Yeah.
Over even near Colville and places kind of that distance we wasn't.
Further away,
yeah. And then we were driving in the van, as many great stories start.
Yeah. I was driving in the van and there was Adam.
In the van. I was shouting out the window. Oi, you.
All right, babe. Love your high heels. Ah!
And that's how we met Adam.
Shocker.
But no, I was like, there's this great place in Mount Sorrel.
Just take a left. Just take a left. Take a left.
Oh, let's get down here. I was like, when we always used to go to Cerno's farm, I used to drive past there all the time with Katie, and I was like, that'd make a great shop frontage. But it's always derelict. There's always builders in there doing something, but nothing ever seemed to come of it.
Yeah.
I said to Tom, I was like, just march past there. It's funny.
There's a very funny walk. There's a very funny walk, and I was holding it back all the while.
I drove, and there was builders in it, as there always were, but
not very much happening.
No, and I was like, "That's the building." And Tom was like, "Yeah, it looks great." And he's like, "Have you even asked?" And I was like, "No." Well,
undid my seatbelt, and I was in.
And he was like, "Right, let me go and have a look." Marches in,
classic Bauer style.
Yeah, head first.
Nothing holds me back. If you want it, go get it. If you want it, go get it, folks.
Spoke to the builders, and when we got in here, I didn't realise.
Come on, we're in.
What kind of like a rabbit warren it kind of was. It went back and back and back, and
it was it actually had these brick walls, but it was really dusty. The floor. Well, you see again if you look back on our Instagram, you can see the story video. But it was an absolute mess and was nowhere near completion. But we knew that actually it was up for tenancy, which was a very exciting bit of news that maybe we could have this.
Yeah.
So we put the feelers out that afternoon, didn't we, to the agent?
Was a big step because, like Tom said, it was a derelict building. Like the dining room, which is the dining room now, which was just wrecked. Really, it was downtrodden, and the garden was basically rubble and overgrown weeds above your head. And we were like, whoa. It's a great place, great potential, but there's going to be a lot of graft, and luckily we're not shy of graft.
No, we're not shy of graft. We were shy of a couple of quid.
Yeah.
We didn't actually realise how much money it would take to fix this up, but that is another conversation for another podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Should we get Matt on? Should we talk about who Matt is? So Matt's a friend of ours. He owns Secret Burger Club. He comes here frequently and does a little pop-up. He does some serious burger slinging. It's delicious stuff, which you'll see. I inhale one. Let's get on, shall we?
Yep.
It's no secret that Secret Burger Club are good at what they do. But does anyone know who the master burger maker behind the brand is? We have a great relationship with this meat-flipping, grease-chilling, tater-tot-topping master burgerer. With beefy delights such as bacon dreams, sweet cheeses, and barbecue bacon ranch, it's enough to make your mouth water. Let's waste no more time and not burger around anymore, because time flies. And welcome man behind the patty, Matt Pike.
Cheers, guys. Pleasure to be here.
Welcome.
I told him not to do that. Well, the stars of me to go on. Yeah, I'm going to bring this out at the start.
Oh, hello.
Got something for you guys.
Whoa.
Don't get your expectations too high, but I think you might have mentioned
Yes,
it
we got
before.
some merch.
Yeah, I remember one of you guys saying that you might have wanted one.
Yes.
We did a run recently, so
Yeah, let's put that
Gifts.
straight on.
T-shirt.
Thank you
Presents.
so much.
Let's get this one.
I mean, if you want to wear it out and about,
I'm not sure I can put it on now.
down at Tesco's or
We'll do a
or
photo
you do it in
shoot
your Costco
afterwards.
shop.
That was sick.
Yeah, man.
Sell them afterwards. Get it on
Tell
eBay.
you, to be fair.
Thank you very much.
It's
That's
an
very kind.
original. It's an original design, so who knows? Maybe when we get the Burger Empire, it might be worth a couple of quid.
We were talking about this morning because someone had also spelt Mount Sorrel wrong with 2 L's, right?
Okay.
And we were like, yeah, the first
I can
batch
see-
all had double L on the end of it, but it's just, it's unique now, isn't it?
We
Yeah.
thought it was posh. Matt Sorrell.
That's all right.
That was gone. Wow. And we've got a burger as well, so
Yeah,
You've been working hard. You've been working hard.
yeah. Rustled up a couple of them. So,
what have we got?
So you got 2 double West Coasts, which for me, I'd say is our best burger. I'd say it's a classic.
This is your iconic.
It's on
Yeah,
your
yeah. It's probably
stood there, hasn't it?
It has. I reckon it. Yeah. It's just it takes all the classic elements from a burger and just kind of like, epitomizes them. So yeah.
Tell us what we've got in there.
So
you got?
you've got secret sauce, which is our burger sauce.
You can't tell us
Obviously-
anything.
No, of course not.
No.
Yeah, secret spices and ingredients. You've got a brioche, custom demi brioche bun, which I'm not going to tell where I get them from either. I'm very secretive about that bit because
I know.
I feel yeah. I think
This is why
I've
it's
told
called
you
a
before
secret.
at some point. Yeah. And then we've got 2 March House farm patties with chuck mince blended to our spec, American cheese, some pickles, and some fresh white raw onion. But yeah, also and some iceberg lettuce as well.
Iceberg
But
lettuce.
yeah. So just classic
Can't wait
ingredients.
to
But
try
yeah,
this.
it's been refined over time, and we think we got it.
And
Half
named
decent
the West
now.
Coast, taking inspirations from the West Coast of the United States of America.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, In-N-Out Burger, obviously.
In-N-Out Burger,
That's where it all started for me. So yeah.
Well, let's start there, shall we?
Yeah.
All the people, so many people, they'll all go hand in hand through their life.
This is our Pots Life.
Okay, right,
section,
yeah.
Where
I
you
was
tell us like
what's
where
the
it all-
reference of the creepy child? I was like, how does that relate to burgers? Cut it out.
Oh, let's play it again. Waste 3 more minutes of airtime. Pots Life. So we believe that most people began on the pots.
Okay.
So we just wanted to know you can tell us where right from the beginning, like 1989. I was born in Nottingham or whatever. But more so for the food, where did Secret Burger Club come from?
So if we're going right
You
back,
decide.
okay, let's go back in time, right from the beginning. I was conceived. No, I'm joking. I will skip that bit. Anyway,
I was conceived in Drunken Stupid and Benidorm.
probably. Yeah.
McDonald's Papa.
Oh, that'd be a cool story to tell, to be fair. It all happened under the Golden Arches. But no, so yeah. I think it started when I was about 11 years old. I was a bit of a strange kid, and I used to watch Naked Chef. Jamie Oliver.
Jamie Oliver, yeah.
Back when he was cool,
Yeah.
Back in his,
Right
when
at
he had the
start,
flat, right at the start. Yeah, when he
and
was,
his little ped going around.
yeah,
Wearing his
exactly.
duffer jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
Coolers.
It's just a cool 90s guy. And yeah, no, I used to get home from school and watch Naked Chef. And then I'd be cooking for my parents. I used to take over, our household kitchen quite a bit and get in there. And I think I knew from that age I was kind of, destined for a catering kind of job but yeah, and then kind of kept up
Obviously, you
practicing
didn't
in
go
the
straight
kitchen.
into the kitchen, did you?
Not as
from
an
a young
11-year-old,
age?
no.
No.
My parents,
When you got
my
to
parents weren't that cruel. They didn't like, you better earn your pocket money.
Get out. It's not
But no,
paper round.
yeah. No, I mean, first kitchen job, I think I was about 14. I was a pot wash, so I did.
Yeah, there you are.
I
See, pot's life.
lasted all of about a week though. So yeah,
My career was short too, but
yeah,
still there.
yeah. I mean, I earned my first badge, the pot wash. And then I think so. From that moment, I always had that kind of like keen interest in food at the start. I was always obsessed with America as a kid. Like, always remember just watching like the films and the movies and just like, I want to live in America. Like,
Magic America, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It all felt like very nostalgic. And had family that lived over there. My auntie lived in California. And
So
I
you
used
to go and visit quite often, did you?
Yeah. So I begged my parents. I was like, I want to go to America. Take me to America. I want to do Disney. I want to do all that. And my mum's not a big flyer. So she was like, no, absolutely not going to happen. So she ended up sticking me on a flight with my cousin, and we went and stayed with my auntie for like 2 weeks in LA. And I remember we landed, and the first thing we did is she took me to an In-N-Out burger. She was like, right, guessing you're hungry? I was like, yep, famished. And then she was like, right, I'll take you to an In-N-Out burger. So she took me to an In-N-Out burger, and straight away I was just like, this is insane. This is like so far apart from anything that's going on in the UK. And I had my first In-N-Out burger, which I think was a double. Didn't know about the secret menu back then, but I just had a straight up like double cheeseburger and the fries and everything. And I was just like, from that moment, I was like, yeah, this is special. Nothing exists like that anywhere in the UK.
I'm surprised it's not come over here.
I mean,
burger.
to be honest, they don't seem to venture anywhere from the West Coast. They're like properly like just California, and they're not. They're very strict on on that identity, and they don't want to kind of branch out too much. Which I get. I think it's all about quality, control.
Is there a ton of the In-N-Out book though?
Yeah, there's a load. I mean, I couldn't tell you the exact number, but they're everywhere. Like our McDonald's, they're probably as equally quite like situated. And then from that moment, I remember being like 16 and then thinking, one day I want to open like a burger chain like In-N-Out Burger or replicate that in this country. And I remember like watching the burger scene kind of grow and like start in London, and then still no one's really doing the same kind of style. It was obviously like they started doing better burgers.
So you had Five Guys start coming out, and
that was everything like that. Meat, liquor, patty and bun. I think they're some of the like originals in London doing it. But I kind of watched the industry kind of grow in London, and then I was stuck in like this IT job working for like a family friend's business, and I just remember thinking like, I'm wasting time. I should be like getting on this and doing it. But like the few times when I was like about to like leave and I was looking at different premises to like buy a restaurant. So I've kind of done it back then my vision was kind of in reverse. I thought I'd go straight into the restaurant and then just get it going from there. But in hindsight, I feel like I've done it the right way now. We're kind of like started the street food and then we're branching towards restaurant. Because I think if I'd done that straight away, just would have chucked myself in at the deep end, like no experience, and then it probably wouldn't have gone.
Especially with them big chains out there that are so well renowned and people know them, they go there. Someone starting up competing against them must be so hard as well. Whereas the street food scene was a massive kind of boom on that about 5-6 years ago, where literally there was loads of great food, street food chains and people out there, especially in London and around. And now they're kind of branching out towards like Nottingham and
absolutely. And so many people are opening up street food businesses because I think it's just more obtainable. People who've got passion for food, it's just an easy way to get into the industry. And that definitely was my entry. In hindsight, just I was maybe a little bit like, not scared of commitment, but a little bit like reserved about buying the restaurant. I think I looked at the figure and I was like, right, this is one hell of an investment. Maybe I do it the the safer way. And that's when I bought the gazebo, and then just kind of like progressed.
So did you have the money to buy a restaurant at that point though? Because that's a big, buying a restaurant or starting a restaurant.
Yes, I'm trying to remember.
It costs
of course.
a couple of quid.
I think back then, if I had the money, it was going to come through family finance. I remember, I remember my dad saying like, if you can give me a decent business plan type thing, then we'll fund it. And he kind of just wanted to see, you know,
they almost want to see you do the boring bit to the exciting bit, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, I think he wanted
changes anyway. Doesn't
yeah,
it?
of course. And me being me was probably looking at an easier way anyway. And I was just thinking, yeah,
You're
I
a
don't
Taurus.
know. Yeah.
I don't know much about star signs, but I know about my own.
Wait, sorry, no, Taurus. I thought you said I'm a tourist. I was like, yeah, burger Taurus.
Oh no, you're not a Taurus.
I'm an Aries. Yeah,
I don't know anything beyond my own, so I have no clue about it.
No, I'm a typical Aries. But yeah, it's interesting. I won't go too far into it, but there are some strange similarities that I look at with the horoscopes. I'm like, yeah, that is quite scary. They kind of sum me up. How do they know me? But yeah, so yeah, that's where we began. And then obviously we kind of like did the street food thing, street food club.
So did you go out and did you find the van first, or did you say you had the gazebo first?
No, starting the gazebo. I was going to say, and I earned my stripes a little bit doing that. First event we ever did was in the middle of winter. At light night, Stentor Market, where it's about -3 degrees, and we're in a gazebo.
Oh, really?
I remember being stood over the griddle, and literally like the fat, obviously off the burgers, like rising and like getting in your hair, and it was literally solidifying. It was freezing like to my head.
So glamorous.
Yeah, exactly. So, and yeah, like burger grease, like in the gazebo and the canopy, just getting like all stuck, and yeah, it wasn't very nice. Yeah, it wasn't good. So straight away, I was looking for other ways to kind of do it, like getting out the gazebo life. But yeah, that's when the street food club came along, and yeah, right place, the right time. We were in Nottingham, and then they were looking for traders, and then yeah, managed to pitch like a decent enough product to them, and then they let us kind of pitch with them for a little while. So we did that for about 2 years.
That's all a part of the journey as well with street food, is you have to sort of like show your worth, and you can't just rock up and sling a shit burger. They want to know that what they're going to be serving. I've seen a lot of with Digbeth and stuff like that, and they televise a lot of their stuff, and it's all quite, you know, like you go through an almost like an auditioning process, and even how like you're really good at it, but like branding and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, and yes, that was a compliment.
Yeah, thank you, mate. I was going to say thank you. I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah, cheers for that. Yeah,
but you know, like the brand, and then also how it all comes together, and it's quite an important part for the street food scene, isn't it?
Though, because you're advertising their place. At the end of the day, they're hosting this event, and all the people they choose are really kind of enforcing their place.
Yeah,
so
of course.
It needs to be.
Yeah, we're representing them and their establishment at the end of the day. So yeah, it's definitely important to get it right. And I think back then, from the start, we were a solid group. You know, it's like Homeboys, Pete Hewitt. It was Smoked, a guy called
Homeboys have
James
got their own
Gordon.
restaurant now as well.
Yeah, they progressed to Everyday People. And yeah, but I mean, we were all there for a similar amount of time, and then when lockdown hit, we all kind of like decided it was the right moment to kind of like break out and do it more independently. So I got the truck, Pete got the restaurant, and then like everyone else was kind of like doing it in some kind of like in some
guy
way
that did
or form.
Smoked, he's got the yellow HY, is he?
I don't know if Jim's still doing it anymore. He was doing something over in Swadlincote at like it was like an industrial unit type thing that they converted into this little brewery, like street food complex, and they were doing it for a little while. But I mean, his food was amazing. Like I was kind of
Mexican
gutted.
taco thing.
It was all like Mexican, like South American inspired stuff, and his food is really good.
It's really nice to be in that kind of community as well. Like getting to know all the different people, really kind of being inspired by them as well, and so there's growing up together.
And there's no like,
and
there's no turf wars or anything like that.
No, I think like
that's refreshing to hear.
Yeah, there wasn't. You would have thought so, being like so close to each other, but I feel like
they pick different specialities, different fields of food, really. Isn't it? And
you're all kind of in it together. Like I said, no one's treading on each other's toes so much with the food, so it kind of like it benefited everyone to do well as a collective. You know, if everyone is offering solid options, it just makes the venue obviously a lot more desirable and a lot busier. And that's how it went for like 2 years. We were absolutely, all of us collectively, were smashing it. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that whole environment, almost that loose competition, like, okay, they're releasing this special now. What are we going to do to kind of match that? Or like, you know, how can we steal a bit of the limelight again? And we were always kind of battling on figures as well. We all knew the figures. We could see each other's takings on the tills. It was all collectively through like a system. So we'd be like, okay, Homeboys are beating us, right? Okay, you know, we're all like monitoring like So there's always that, that friendly competition to kind of like push it and do better. But no, it was a good time. Like we used to love trading there, and it kind of, we built the brand there in Nottingham, and you know, it wouldn't have made, you know, we wouldn't be what we are today without having that stint there really, just to get established. But yeah, no, it's good. And then obviously then the van came after lockdown.
Came after lockdown, did it?
Yeah, sorry, no.
During lockdown.
During lockdown. Yeah, the van.
Yeah.
So yeah, the van came during lockdown, and
I suppose that was crucial as well, because to get around,
Yeah.
you couldn't just kind of drive and pitch up a tent in a place. You have to get around different places, and
Yeah.
because no one could move, no one could go anywhere.
100%. And we managed to kind of, it's almost by luck. Do you know what I mean? I'm not taking any credit for this. I just feel like it was the right time, and we were pushed towards that. Then lockdown hit, and it's like, right, we're getting a van, and we just managed to exploit like scenarios, like, you know, pubs being shut and everything like that. We're pitching up in pub
That's
car
just
parks
adapting
and
as well, though. That's you adapting on your
Yeah,
feet,
that's
kind of
great.
thing. That's
That's
good.
what it's about.
I mean, it's just right timing as well. Do you know what I mean? It was, and we smashed it over lockdown. You know, when most businesses were shut, we were still popping up, you know, 2 or 3 times a week, doing different pop-ups. And yeah, I mean, don't know if you remember, we used to do the Bluebell at Rothley.
I remember you coming to Beardsley's more.
Yeah. And yeah, we had people literally queuing around the car park on a Sunday. You know, people just wanted to get out, wanted to get
We
something to eat.
experienced
And
something very similar when we did the pop-up at Thomas Towers, and just, you know, saw that there was a queue of people.
yeah,
Like elbows went, well, not elbows, they were queuing kindly, but
There was
I like to paint the picture that they were fighting.
They were fighting in the queue.
They were fighting about a donut and a sausage roll, but there was a
old man
queue,
punched a
and we were
child.
like, holy shit, there's a queue, you know, and we were like, we're going to be busy today.
Yeah.
We might actually make some sort of living during this
Yeah, it was
terrible,
strange.
terrible
lockdown
time.
isn't that
We was-
awful after all. Yeah,
Yeah.
We was
It's
open
offering
for
something.
3 hours on a Saturday, and we was rammed for 3 hours on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was so peculiar and strange. That was in this little.
People desperate
Yeah.
for something delicious to eat,
Yeah,
to get
of
out of the
course.
house, not be a nuisance to anyone.
Yeah.
You know, it all just kind of fitted into place that they looked forward to it.
Yeah,
There were
of
people
course.
that were like, became like, you know, like we are with customers here, you know, like that there was a rapport and we knew about their lives almost, you know, and I was little Matt, you know, like, maybe let's not talk about little Matt.
Yeah, we'll like to say that for after. But yeah, so yeah, no, I think lockdown really favoured us. Like it was good. Yeah, and like it just gave people, like we're saying, just gave people like a different option. You know, people being cooped up. I mean, what can you do back then? Go on a walk, go to Aldi, and you know, keep your 2 meters, and you know, it was all a bit.
Yeah.
It was weird, wasn't it? But yeah,
weird.
then the pop-ups, like they did really well. People could be outside, you know, still around people. Kind of felt like a little bit familiar where you're holding an event, but not in like a dangerous way. You know, people are outside, and you know,
There was a weird like stigma about like, are we allowed to do this?
Yeah,
We're doing
yeah,
it
yeah.
anyway. We did that a lot.
Yeah,
Are we allowed
yeah.
to do this?
yeah,
Well, we've got to make a fucking living. We've got to keep the
Yeah.
wolf from the door. So yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah,
And sorry
we're gonna
if it's
do it
wrong.
anyway.
We're going to do it anyway.
yeah.
You know, we had loads of scenarios like that.
Yeah.
It's-
No, it felt kind of naughty but fun at the same time.
So when lockdown kind of ended, it started getting back to a bit normal. Was there any aspirations then to move into a restaurant or a more permanent venue?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So memory's a bit fuzzy. It feels like a lot of time's passed since then. So we've had the van for like 3 years now. I feel like, we just get with having the van, it just opened up so many more opportunities for us. And I think we're just getting lots of offers at different things, different venues. And that just kind of kept us going. Like, you know, we found a really good venue at Milestone Brewery in Newark. And that was just,
And these are like the staple places where you're there every week, right?
Yeah. So at Milestone every Friday.
And they don't do, so interestingly, they don't do any food.
No, they're just a brewery.
Just do the brewery.
They got a great venue and great space. There's like a campsite down the road, and it's strange because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. I remember when they approached us and said, "Oh, we've got this new venue. We're having street fooders in, and you know, we'd love to give you guys an opportunity, and you know, fancy giving it a go, let us know." And then I was like, "Okay, never heard of it before." I think I Google mapped it and then realised it was like the back end of Newark, like just in a village.
away.
Yeah, literally in the middle of nowhere. I was like, okay. I was like, so how many covers, you know, on average are the traders doing? They're like, oh, somewhere between like 120 to 150. And I was like, really? Like in that location? They're like, yeah. I was like, okay. So I was like, we'll give it a go.
So is it every night?
Yeah. Well,
They do
back then I think they're
someone
doing
every night, or is
they
it,
do now, but back then it was like Thursday to Saturday. But I remember them saying that to me and thinking, right, okay, I think with a lot of event organised, you get people that kind of like massively over egg it just to try and get you down there.
That's a nervous thing I find for like, even having you here, and I know that you like coming back here, but we're always nervous that the people aren't going to show.
Yeah.
They do. Thank you.
Of course they do.
Yeah,
Of course.
It's quite nervy.
It is, yeah. And like, so getting there and then pitching up that first time, I think we sold 150 covers.
Really?
And then we were like, okay, shit, this is real,
Got to go back to the butcher tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've been cleared out. Yeah. But no, it was great. And ever since then, we've stuck with it and we built it up. And it's honestly, it's too much more than we can handle sometimes, which is a good problem, but also a nightmare to have. It can get a bit crazy, but
manage your expectations. We've got a 30-minute wait on the burger or whatever it might be, and just grab a beer.
Exactly.
Ultimately, they've got something else delicious to deal with whilst they're waiting for the burger.
Exactly.
I think it's a really nice
solid venue. People can just like hang out there.
So should we talk a little bit about like the service? Where you're saying like, what happens in the van? What is the kind of service in the van?
In terms of what, like just how from order
how
to
does
kind
it
of like,
work? It's just like kind of order comes on, do you smash the patty kind of there? Is it how fast paced is it? Is it sometimes when you got like 10, 15 checks on, is it kind of overwhelming? Is it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, standard service, obviously, like we open, we were taking orders and everything's just cooked fresh to order. Like we never like cook things off and hot hold them. We're like, we are just committed to like offering food like fresh every single time. And that's why we have, an event like Newark, peak summer, we could have easily an hour wait sometimes, but we've literally got like 40 checks on. Some of those checks have like 8 burgers and like 6 fries. And it's like, it's a bit crazy, but I think we're just a van at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it gets mental. And I think a lot of people think we run it like a restaurant. And they maybe have like expectations that they'll get it faster, but we'll never compromise. Do you know what I mean? We're always about like cooking it fresh to order. And
we say that like if someone waits, as long as the quality is there when they get it, they do not mind.
100%.
People do not mind waiting for food as long as the quality and the standards there that they expect.
100%.
Absolutely.
Because if it's not, then there's a
bigger issue.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. No, I couldn't agree with that more. But yeah, everything's cooked to order. We do a bit of kind of like table service there. So we got like runners who take the food over to people's tables. So when they order, they like give us a table number and then they can sit down, they can like chill and have a few drinks. And then, so we're like a street food business running it a bit like a restaurant at that venue. But it works well. It's pretty, apart from the long wait times, but like you said, as long as you brief people and the food arrives, in good quality, then everyone's happy.
People expect that as well. Because it's quality as well.
Yeah.
They see the amount of people there. They see you're in a van.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know that.
You say people expect it, but there's always the odd couple. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, it's like, I've been waiting 45 minutes. We're like, we did say an hour. Do you know what I mean? Go sit down, please, kindly. But you always go and get them. But no, most of the time, especially in street food, I find like customers are a little bit more understanding. I think, street food customers are a little bit more laid back, and which is great. It's great for us. We rarely receive complaints or have like irate customers coming at us, so kind of thankful for that we are in that industry, because of that's too much stress.
It's a different situation though, isn't it? You go in for a couple of beers as well. You're not just going for I mean, people are going for the dinner, don't get me wrong, but they're going for a couple of beers and getting a dinner at the same time, which is a part of the whole experience, don't get me wrong, but it's like it's just more relaxed.
A lot of the time as well, just say like
definitely
half an hour, you're having a drink, you're having a chat, half hour goes really quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
definitely.
There. You don't like clock watch kind of thing. In a restaurant, sometimes you could be like, okay, just how long is it going to take? Fun thing. And so. Yeah, no, it's a more relaxed environment, I think. And that does, it has an impact on the kind of like customer psychology maybe a little bit. So, definitely.
Yeah.
So what does a week look like for you then? Like in terms of, well, I mean, like if you were coming to here on Saturday, what would
sorry about that. Honestly, that's one of the first times that's happened. I've double booked myself, but date to be announced down the line.
Probably we might launch that in the same week. What would a week look like in preparation for a gig on, let's say, Saturday?
So I mean, typically we got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, kind of early week for me because of obviously I've run the business. It's a lot of admin-y kind of stuff at the start of the week. I have to do all that myself. You know, like I'm replying to all the emails from customers because we're having like a lot of requests for private events and weddings and stuff like that. So yeah, admin-y stuff kind of at the start of the week, ordering stock. Yeah, just the boring stuff really. The stuff I enjoy doing the least out of any of it is early kind of week. And then as the weekend kind of approaches, kind of midweek, I start doing like some of the promo stuff. So it's kind of fresher in people's minds, like leading up to like the Thursday and stuff. I feel like, you know, you got to hit that sweet spot of advertising where you are. Like if you do it too early, then people just forget. If you do it too late, then it's not enough time. But like, I feel like a Wednesday night is typically like a good time, like the day before Thursday. That's how Wednesday goes, but yeah. But you know what I mean. Like the day before our event on the Thursday, it's usually a good kind of like, it's a good kind of
reminder and whatever.
But yeah, then the promo. Replying to really mundane Instagram messages from customers.
Gluten free.
Yeah.
So that's the way
what days are you open? It's like it's all there. It's like.
Do you allow dogs?
Yeah.
Car park.
Actually, we do. Yeah.
Do you have a car park?
Literally every question you could think of, we've probably heard it. But doing all that.
So doing your prep wise, you know pretty much how many people you've got on each day. So even if you get hammered on the Thursday, say you've got enough backup for the Friday, and it's just about judging them kind of levels, isn't it, all the time?
Yeah, I mean that's the hardest thing. I mean, like I said, all the ordering takes place at the start of the week just to give my suppliers, you know, enough time. Like especially my baker, you know, he's got to bake. He needs a couple of days notice, and like the butcher, obviously they need to mince everything. So gauging it right can be difficult, and it changes a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like Thursdays used to be the quieter day. And like last week I got completely caught off guard and then like didn't order enough meat for like the weekend and then went through more than half of it on a Thursday night. So Friday we were like, okay, crap, we're quite understocked for a, you know, milestone night, which is always busy. So yeah, gauging it is difficult a lot of the time. But you can only kind of go on what you got, past figures from like the weeks previous and, you know.
Does the weather being outside, obviously all the time, does the weather affect it massively, or is it?
It used to, but I would say not really anymore. I think, people a lot of the time, I think it's like I think with a lot of people like regulars, it almost becomes like a weekly thing as well.
Yeah. Like a chip shop Friday kind of thing.
Yeah, it becomes just part of their routine. I think a lot of people like routine, especially with food. So we've noticed like Thursday and Friday nights, we just see, you know, it's great. We have the same customers coming down each week. Obviously not every week, but like most times, more often than not. So we always know we're going to sell like a minimum of a certain order, and we can always kind of pitch it around there. But I think as well, like people do understand when you sell out, you know, or if we've gone over our, you know, allocation, we would just say, I'm sorry, that's it. But I think people get that with street food. It's you know, we don't have infinite resources, you know, and we're not a restaurant. It's not like, you know, we're there 5 days a week. If we don't sell it that day, we've got it in stock for, you know, the next few days. It's, you know, we are limited.
Kind of one night only, isn't it?
Yeah.
We get that with the catering. Like people are coming to TP or something, and I'm like, have you got any salmon? Like, I look around and you see canvas walls. You're like, there's no freezer here, love. You know, like, what you've got is what you've got. You know? Sorry. There's nothing else.
I mean,
there's no reserves.
I think that's like, you see it a lot with customers. I just don't think they quite understand the mentality or like, you know, the industry, but
or just how it works completely. Yeah.
Just got to stay polite and humble, don't we? And just
absolutely.
I mean, really, really sorry.
Yeah.
There's no space for any more beef.
Going back to America and sort of In-N-Out Burger and that sort of eureka moment for it. I mean, since then, where's the best place to get a burger? Where's the best burger you've had?
Are we talking in this country, or are we saying America as well?
Let's do both.
Okay, let's do both. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
It is a damn fine burger.
It's going to be cold by the time you guys try it.
It's cold already.
It was.
Did you have it?
I might just go for it now.
Yeah.
Dinner time anyway.
Get a bite in there, and then I'll talk you through my favorite burgers while
Chin chin.
you're chowing.
Go away.
So yeah, stateside, I think it's just got to be In-N-Out Burger. Just for me, it's like, it's the nostalgia that is kind of like experienced at the same time as eating it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and it's where you are. You know, you're hopefully, well, you will be in California.
Here's that.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I'd say In-N-Out Burger if we're talking stateside, again, just because of it brings me so much nostalgia to eat that burger again. And it's just it's a whole vibe of being out in LA and like the sun and, you know, sitting near the drive-through and just seeing like, you know, it's the feeling that it kind of creates.
So they've standardized everything as well though, so it's the same wherever you go.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that's why their business model works so well, because of it's such a small menu. It relies so heavily on quality and just, you know, it's just perfected. They've been doing it for so long and, you know, they've just absolutely mastered it. And again, that I've taken real inspiration from that business model with us as well. It's just, you know, keep it quality and simple. Don't try and stretch yourself too far. And
caramelization on that is what makes it for me. Like the smash burger, it's just got to have like that. I don't really even like the fat burgers anymore, to be honest.
No.
Try and smash them at home. It never works, but I still try and do them thin and crispy because it's just got that better.
Yeah, I feel like if you want more meat, then have more smash burgers. Do you know what I mean? If you want like a thicker burger, have two, then you're getting double the caramelization and you're getting double the flavor.
It's the way it crumbles in your mouth. It just like kind of breaks down, and the bun's perfect for that as well because it kind of.
Our buns are fantastic. I wish I could credit the people that do it, but I just don't want people to know because I'm like, no, people, you know, people will know and then we'll go under basically. No, but yeah, like it's a great bun and like it just encapsulates everything really well. It kind of holds everything together. It's squishy enough and it doesn't fall apart and so we've got our baker to thank for probably 50% of our product quality really.
There's them people that you have to, it's like, getting the quality ingredients and the quality products,
getting the consistency,
you put it all together. It's just
yeah. I mean, you got a good griddle down there. That really helps. Good griddle is like so overlooked. I say like I said on the van for a while, ours was struggling a little bit, and I kind of did notice being like, you know, I'm a bit of a burger snob perfectionist. I could just see when the patties aren't caramelized enough due to just lack of heat, like in the griddles, you know.
But also, it wouldn't caramelize if it wasn't great meat from March Farm, obviously. It's local beef, but you know, it wouldn't, because it's just full of water and it would boil. You know, you notice that when you make a burger with crap mince from Aldi, you know, you just, you know, and you're like, well,
that's it. Look at our bacon compared to like bacon buy from the supermarket. Put it in a pan and a load of water comes out. Whereas our bacon is like crisp as anything. So it's using the right ingredients to get the best product.
Absolutely. Yeah. And fantastic blend. They're very consistent. March House Farm, really good. So again, everything just like about our products, just consistency and quality, and that I think.
How long did it take you to sort of get, you know, the magic formula here that's in my hand that I'm digesting deliciously? How long was it before you chose the bun and went, actually March Farm is the beef and.
So we've had a range.
The sauce. How long do you get the sauce right? Like how long before it came together and you went, that's it?
So basically, I missed out a little bit in the story earlier about we did pop-ups before I got the street food business. When I was still working full time, I was doing pop-ups at the weekend. There's a pub in Weissel called The Plough. I don't know if you've heard of it, but we used to do like a Saturday there. Back then I think I was using maybe like breaks, kind of like frozen brioche buns, because they just didn't exist back then. You know, I remember for a long time.
What year was this?
So we started in I don't know if I can tell you. This is part of the pop quiz.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I can't tell you that. But let's say in the, around, 2000 and let's say it's between 2015 to 2017. 18 around that period. I remember fantasizing about getting proper American style demi brioche buns. I remember making my own sometimes just to try and get it as close as I could. So it took me a while to kind of find the right buns, to find American cheese. That again I used to dream about. Just can they just import American cheese over here?
We made our own for when we called it Two Guys.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. How did you make American cheese? I'm interested in that.
Basically made a cheese sauce, and then which was high in basically red Leicester, cheddars,
Yeah.
and stuff. Put some ale through it as well, and then set it in a tin, in
Okay.
a tray.
Yeah,
cut it into some, and then put it between two acetate, and then line
That
it
was
the same.
fiddly.
No, I can imagine that's dedication to make your cheese. I mean,
We started off
fair play
thinking
to
we'd
you
do that
boys,
here.
but- right.
And it's actually a similar recipe to what goes on the muffin now.
Yeah.
But it was just too much of a hassle. Like we didn't have the space or time, honestly.
No.
And but ultimately, it didn't matter because it melted off anyway. It was only for in that box when those people unpacked it during lockdown. It was like, wow, it's a slice of cheese.
Yeah.
But a slice of plastic cheese, ultimately.
Yeah. I mean, signing that job to someone in your kitchen, that's kind of cruel, you know. You're making batches of American
We've got
cheese
many
for
cool
like,
jobs in our kitchen. We've got a few.
One guy just left today because he didn't want to do it anymore.
But yeah, no, so just, over time, just more ingredients or better ingredients became available, and the burger evolved just through time, just, you know, as they became available, really. So yeah, the sauce was kind of done right from the start. I remember making a burger sauce and then adding a few tweaks to it and thinking, this is better than the burger sauce I've tasted. I remember feeling that. Do you know what I mean? I've always tried to stay humble with food, like, and admit, you know, when people are doing something better, like, it's always, I think it's always good to be honest with yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't kid yourself into thinking you're the best. Do you know what I mean? Like, stay, you know, do your research, see what your competition is around there, or
I think your
around at the
research is
time.
key. That's what
Yeah.
we go on food tours like all the time, and we go out, and when we always eat at different people's places, and it's to enjoy their food,
Yeah,
it's to learn from them, it's to be inspired by them, but it's also to gauge us
yeah.
how far are we away from them, how far do we need to catch up to them,
Are we
100%.
ahead of them?
Are we ahead of them?
Of course,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? It's
It happened when we were
that
baffled by it, weren't we?
All that research goes into putting something on a plate.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and it's so important. Just to know your kind of place in the market. But yeah, no, I know the sauce. I was just like, right, I can build a product based on this sauce. Like, I knew that, you know, it was at the time. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of other secret sauces now, which I think do a pretty stellar job, and you know, they are very good
Within your range, or you're talking about
other traders or other burger businesses now making like a similar kind of like In-N-Out style spread kind of burger sauce. You know, there's a lot around now. I feel like we're still up there for sure. You know, there's some fantastic burgers around. So I realized I didn't finish my question about the best burger in around.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Great conversation just keeps going in different directions. That's all right. Well, let's pull it back.
Okay, so best burgers in England. I think for me right now,
Apart from yourself.
obviously, of course, you know,
Apart from Secret Burger
us.
Club.
I'm not allowed to say that. That was you guys. So I'd say, down in London, there's a lot of very good burgers. I think a lot of the best burgers in this country seem to come out of London these days. I'm a big fan of Black Bear Burger in London. I don't know if you guys have tried it.
Not tried it, heard of it, and a lot of people say that it's very good.
Very good. Double
Bleecker burger as well.
Bleecker burger, fantastic. It's called the miso bacon burger from Black Bear Burger. As a double, I feel like you need the double patty. Yeah. It's the right kind of ratio of meat and cheese and sauce and everything. So, it's just the quality of meat. I believe it's Aubrey Allen. They have a specific blend from them. It's one of those burgers you bite into and it's just like, you know, the chemicals just release in your brain and you're like, oh, it takes you. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a few things that do that to me, but like that burger. Yeah, cheers, man. I appreciate that. You guys.
Just for the record, Matt made me one when he was here, and I went back and asked for an extra one.
Yeah,
I had
two burgers.
And two
Did you?
burgers that night, yeah.
I think you must have sent someone
was on
else
a
because I
diet.
don't remember that. I think were you a little bit ashamed, but I remember someone. Yeah, I don't remember.
There's
you
no
coming back
shame in
to
it. I've just told the whole world. I had two that day. Was it when we went to Crafty? I said I'm just gonna have two burgers and no chips, and it was like, you're not having chips. I was like, no,
It's a waste of space.
it
Like,
is.
too
I should,
many
and
carbs.
I caved and had chips, and I left going, should have just had two burgers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm just gonna have two burgers.
Although I'm
I'm
gonna
a fat man,
Call you two burger Tom.
and I'm alright with that. I'll let yours. Give it here.
Oh man. Talking about Crafty though, brilliant burgers. I'll plug Crafty. Best burgers in Leicestershire.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, I've not tried yours, obviously. Like until you guys bring out a burger,
We won't do
I
it
can't
now.
imagine
We
there's
won't
much
do it
competition
now.
to that.
But it was a good little thing we did in lockdown. We enjoyed it. We did a lot of research as well. You know?
Yeah.
We really enjoyed it. But,
Yeah, I
we
thought I
caught
saw
it
you
two guys, so we had
knocking
to
around
rip
my
off.
backyard.
We just went to 5 Guys a lot.
Five Guys again. Yeah, solid burgers. There's always a place for Five Guys.
Yeah, there is.
There's always.
Milkshake 5
Oh
Guys.
yeah.
All unbelievable milkshake.
You know what? I went into Five Guys not that long ago just for a milkshake.
Yeah,
Just had that
I do that
craving.
frequently.
Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, they are solid milkshakes. And I got there and then I ordered a milkshake and the guy was like, anything else? I was like, no, just a shake. And then he's like, okay, cool. It's like, that one's on me. I was like, what?
Yeah,
it's
they
just
do
like,
that.
yeah. So they do these like almost like
Did that?
magical moments. So
Yeah, I've had free chips and I think something else. Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
like just
They've obviously
the,
got like a certain allowance.
parameter of
yeah, just to
freebies,
give out nice gestures. I call them like magic moments because like
Yeah.
Disney do that as well.
Yeah.
If you go to Disney
good,
World
that.
and order at the same kiosk twice, like I've had like freebies like that, and it's like, oh no, that's on us. I was like, sweet. But I mean, it makes all the difference. It's just like you remember it,
Let's
don't
have
you?
a smile.
There's a,
I think it's just
Free
my
things.
face. They just,
that's definitely a business lesson there. I think. for-
Yeah,
To
definitely.
be like,
Yeah.
I mean, I do it occasionally to people.
Same.
If I like, whatever, or they're just kind.
Remember that,
or
guys.
polite
If you're
or
not getting extras
really
from Tom,
nice.
he doesn't like you.
you need to visit more, right? Yeah. But there is that nice sort of like you get that warm fuzzy feeling, but also they do, and you've remembered it.
Yeah.
I remember going to Five Guys, and I think it was maybe 4 of us and got a free chip, but he just came and brought us a bag of chips while waiting for the burgers.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, it's memorable.
we didn't even want the chips. Like we actually didn't order them, but he just gave us them.
I mean, chips cost nothing, do they?
Yeah, no.
Pennies, but it's that gesture is gonna like have such an impact down the line. You know, again, you just remember it, don't
Yeah,
you? And it's
I remember it, and then also you'll
that's the phone. Sorry,
go back as well.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's
Yeah.
always in your mind, then, isn't it?
100%. Yeah. So no, we try and do that occasionally. If we did like, so we've got loyalty cards now that we had for a period of time, but before that, if we had regulars that were coming down, and I'd try and kind of keep a rough tab if they're buying like 8 to 10 burgers, or if they had bought 8 to 10 burgers, I'll just be like, that one's on us. And I think it was always met with a lot of appreciation, and so
Yeah,
all
it will.
really
It
good
absolutely
stuff.
will. You're giving heaps of value back
Yeah.
to people that supported you, and that's really important.
Yeah,
I
of
think.
course. And, customers, they are so important, I think.
This
they're
job
vital
would
to
be
the-
great if we didn't have customers.
It's not
true.
very lonely.
Yeah, it'd be very lonely.
I'll still be in IT. Just hating life. No, it wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Can you imagine all the people you said you did that earlier? Like, there's the people that haven't taken that leap like you have. That are just. I mean, I do a job I love, and I've always done a job I love. I've never been like personally. I've never been in a job that actually I have, but that was my mistake. But I've always worked in food. I've always wanted to work in food, and when I realised that I didn't like my job, I left it immediately to get something that was more fulfilling for me. But can you imagine there are people out there sat, like you said you were, in IT,
Yeah.
dreaming of, doing a fried chicken shack.
Yeah.
And just never achieving it. I think it's just, and we were talking about earlier in the previous podcast, like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Just go and get a job again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, 100%. There is. I mean,
Chase
I hear
dreams,
it all
folks.
the time. Yeah, definitely. I hear it all the time. And with our customers, they come up and say, I always want to do a street food thing. I'll just say, yeah, same as you. Just do it. Why not? What have you got to lose? If that is your true passion, why are you doing that? And why are you working for someone else? Do you know what I mean? Like if you've got like, a special, I don't know, if you feel like, you've got enough to make it work, then yeah, go for it. Like you said, you can fall back. There's many other things you can, fall back
Well, you can
into.
do it part time as well, can't you?
Yeah.
Like you started it. If it really is
Yeah.
hard or terrible, or it's not what you thought, you've
Yeah.
not really taken a big deal. You probably got to sell a gazebo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just give it to us because we need an extra. one.
Yeah, I've got. Funny you say that. I've got a spare gazebo.
Yours will
going.
be.
It's
Yours will
just-
have scrapes of grease on the roof.
It probably stinks of burgers and it's probably a bit mouldy now. It's been stuck away for a long time. But I mean, with a good old clean, that baby could be brand spanking again. With a bit of elbow grease. But yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people out there. I think street food is definitely more accessible for people. If they want to start a food business, then yeah, street food's the way to go. And yeah, I've advised a few friends who have started up, and yeah.
What's missing from the street food market right now? What do you think it could do with?
Are we in Leicestershire or like just in general?
You know, if there's anything you like, shit, that would blow up. Everyone loves a burger. We know that. You know, like everyone.
I feel like
burgers are
by
solid.
answering this question, I'm giving away some of my future ventures. But I mean, I'll
Might
give you
be
my
future
really
partners here, Matt.
Okay. We'll have a talk afterwards. I'll give away my worst ideas, and then
and then we'll launch it afterwards.
Yeah. What's missing? That's a tough question. I still feel like there's quite a big gap for a good fried chicken trader. I don't know many around the area. I feel like, good fried chicken. Locally, there's not many taco traders. Oh, actually, so a lad that works for me, Charlie, he's launching his own taco business. And, you know, I've had his tacos. They are great. You know, I think he's got some real future potential for sure. So I'm going to plug Charlitos.
Charlitos.
I think, he's starting in the industry, so he probably needs all the help he can get. So, but yeah, at the moment, until Charlie takes over, there's maybe that gap for tacos. Some real good kind of like birria and like al pastor or something like that. Fried chicken and tacos maybe. Obviously the burger market is way saturated now. You know,
don't go near that.
Don't touch it. Because we do have a mafia that work in the background beside us. They will slash your tires. No, but yeah.
And what does the future have in store for? I mean, if I can't tell us, you're the golden boy, but
we seen on your Instagram you did last week at Hockley. Mm-hmm. Actually, in the restaurant,
Messa. Yeah, we're at Messa. Yeah, we did a little pop up there. That was really cool. I'm gonna say Messa is a great restaurant. I know if you boys have been. Venture. If you want to venture to Nottingham, we can go for some Messa. You know, we'll get some. It's great, and I say it's one of my favorite.
Nottingham's got heaps to offer.
Yeah,
they do.
And we never go. We should do that.
You really
maybe
should.
That should just be a very easy, low-hanging fruit street. Food
It really,
tour.
and it's not as far as people think. I think people in Leicester think Nottingham, bloody hell, you know that. It's half an hour.
It's
you know what I mean?
almost
it's 40 minutes
from where
away
I live.
top.
It's almost as easy to get into Nottingham as it is to Leicester. It's just the same.
I mean, the food scene in Nottingham is amazing, and that's one of the reasons I moved there. Just because I felt like, I don't know, it just felt right for our brand. I've seen a lot of food businesses open in Leicester, like independent businesses, and it's not worked for them. For some reason, like actual Leicester city centre doesn't offer a lot for independents for some reason. You know, I've seen like a lot come and go and kind of like collapse. I don't know if it's just down to their product, but I think it's a lot harder to make it work in Leicester than it is like Nottingham. So Notts has got a bustling food scene at the moment. And I just want to be a part of that, to be honest. So doing pop-ups at Messa, that just kind of like came at the right time. It was great. Getting back in like a real kitchen again and doing it. And I mean, it was great. It just, it felt amazing. Like we just did walk-ins only for the actual event. So we had no idea how to gauge it. We prepared for more rather than less, just because I didn't want the embarrassment, you know, taking a few burgers and then selling out too early. So we kind of overstocked for it. We opened up and we were literally full in 10 minutes. Like the whole restaurant was completely full. And I was stood there.
That's
like
what
you were
saying,
saying.
Solid brand does for you, though, you know.
I think also just having our days at the Street Food Club and being around Nottingham, we have a lot of like loyal support there still, which was really like humbling to see. Do you know what I mean? Like all those people came out again. Every time it's just such a great feeling just to see like all the followers come back and just to be reminded that they are still there, even though if we're not in the Nottingham city centre so much. They're still there, and we're still on their we're still on their radar, which just obviously means a lot. The future is definitely a restaurant, so we're working on that at the moment. I don't know if I told you boys that, I might have mentioned it in passing, but so we're looking at premises right now. It's kind of a couple on the radar. It's just about costing it up really for us.
You'll do better than you think you're going to do.
Hope so.
I think we didn't think we'd do what we do here.
Yeah.
In terms of even just customers and like wherever we're at, like it's far further on than we ever thought we were going to be. So I cast aspersions here, but you're probably thinking doom and gloom, but actually it should be look into the sky for that, because it's unbelievable what will happen. Yeah,
no, cheers, man. I mean, I think I have that self-belief definitely by now that it will. I feel like, it's got to. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we keep the consistency and the quality, I can't see too much that can go wrong. You know, just looking at other businesses and how they do it.
It's definitely a secret. It's not a secret.
It's really not. Yeah, it's just quite logical, isn't it? Just offer quality and consistency.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Some places may find that hard to do, but
Yeah.
that's where you need to drive that from the top. So
Yeah.
like everything has to be consistent.
Yeah,
I
100%.
would say constantly. It's like whatever goes out 1 week to 3 weeks down the line to 4 weeks down the line. If it's one chef doing it, another chef doing it, everyone's off, someone else is doing it.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
It's part of the Rustic
Absolutely.
DNA. There's no change in it.
Yeah, yeah. No, and you can see I mean, I'm not just saying this, comes out here with you guys, but every time I've been, the food has been up to standard. You know, it's been absolutely brilliant every time. You know, I've not had a bad meal, and you know, you can see how well you guys, you know, demonstrate that here. So yeah, no,
I think it's our secret sauce is that
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
consistency is
yeah.
it's never different, should I say. It's always the same.
Yeah, definitely. And it's about, I guess, having the staff, you know, that can do that for you as well. It's not easy to come by good staff, and you know, finding them and just kind of implementing your philosophy within them. You know, finding people that actually are passionate about the food as much as you are.
Thing.
It's difficult.
It's absolutely a cultural thing.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, like without, you know, consistency in the back kind of in the background stuff, like I mean, it just wouldn't be happening. We wouldn't be where we were today without consistency. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's quite an obvious kind of recipe, really.
Yeah.
So there may be a secret burger club restaurant.
Yeah.
What about a recipe book?
Recipe book. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah.
It's good leverage.
Yeah,
It's
it
good
is.
leverage.
Yeah. I'm so bad at like giving stuff away. I'm just like, for me, that feels so alien right now.
There's, you know what? I can't remember who said it, but it's literally like, you know, you can sell a book, but most people won't even take the cellophane off. Like you could tell, that's it. It was in like Businessy Guru thing that I still listen to them, but this guy I don't listen to specifically. And you know, you could wrap it up, tell them exactly how to do this thing.
Yeah.
And you'll go back in a year and the cellophane won't even be taken off.
Yeah.
Like just people won't do it. You know? Like don't worry about the like people copying your recipes or anything, because they'll just not do it. They won't even try.
Yeah.
They'll just carry on trying to copy you, but not copy you.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Not actually getting there because they just won't. It's
Hopefully.
just human nature.
Hopefully. Yeah. Yeah.
Shall we have a little pop quiz?
Yeah.
I think it's about time.
Yeah.
I've got a fun jingle. Where is that? You ready?
Pop quiz, everyone loves a pop quiz.
Yeah.
That was me, by the way, before you rude
That
about
wasn't your
it.
son this
no,
time.
that was
Okay,
me
right,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It was me about that time.
Love it. I love it. I love the rusticness.
Pop quiz, everyone loves a pop quiz.
I love the rusticness of the Rustic Kitchen podcast. Okay. Right.
Do we need to write these down?
If you got paper, why not? I'm just going to hide this because it's got the answers on it as well.
One of them's 2000.
Just FYI, I got told about this about an hour before we're doing the podcast, so it is somewhat rushed.
Sorry, you had a 2-hour wait anyway, enjoying the okonomiyaki.
I went to visit my grandma. It's been a while, so, you know, I went and paid her a visit.
Well, it's perfect.
That's it, yeah. Okay, so...
Question number 1.
Yeah, question 1. So I'm not much of a quiz master, so bear with. Right, okay. So this question is closest answer wins.
Okay.
So, how many burgers are consumed collectively in the UK?
Holy shit.
What, a day or a year?
How many burgers are consumed collectively? Sorry. In a year.
Yeah. Oh, you fighter.
We've had 3.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
I probably
Times
eat
that
about
by.
3,000. So yeah. I think the answer is still pretty astounding.
Okay, I have an answer.
Okay.
Oh,
Do you want to
I'll
write?
come afterwards.
Should we do it afterwards? Okay,
Yeah.
right.
I've not got an answer. Yeah.
He's good
Per
at maths. He's
year,
good at maths as well. That's
In
his
the
strength
UK,
against
how many
me anyway.
burgers are consumed?
I'm trying to count.
You run out
Trying
of
to count.
fingers.
He definitely will
I'll
run
take
out
the
of
top
sausages.
something with it. I'm going to be
Silence. I'm
miles off.
counting.
Shush.
That was a joke from the previous podcast.
Oh,
but
okay.
You'll
So I did,
understand
yeah.
that when you listen.
Look forward to that. Okay, next question.
Question number 2.
Okay. Where did the hamburger originate from? And so I'm going to give you a point for the country, and if you can get the city as well, that's another point. So where did the hamburger originate from?
Question number 3.
You both look very quietly confident. I mean, I was
not
looking
sure
at
about
Lee's
that.
face, and he looked
I'm
like he
pretty
was
sure about the country,
He looked
but I'm
like
not sure about the city.
Okay.
So I just guessed.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Question number 3.
Question number 3.
Yeah, this is about me. So, well, about the brand. In what year was Secret Burger Club established? See, this is why when you asked me, I wasn't going to give anything away. And yeah, closest year wins, obviously. And if, yeah, I don't know if you'll nail it, but
Little musical interlude for you. Just not press that button yet.
oh man.
Question number 4.
Okay, question number 4. Name any one of the specials from the Secret Burger Club menu. I think you mentioned it earlier anyway. I think
Yeah, you did.
Tom already knows. Time to test you, Lee.
Garama.
I just think I might. Did you say 5 questions?
5 questions.
Oh, I think I have 6, but I can.
No,
I
not
can
doing
skip.
6 again today.
Okay.
Sabotage.
I can.
5.
Tiebreaker.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 is a tiebreaker. Hold
Right.
that back if we're.
So okay, right. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you what. For a tiebreaker, I can switch these questions around. One of them makes a better tiebreaker question than the other.
So
Okay.
you're a good quizmaster. Thinking on your feet.
Yeah.
You flipped that one.
Wait, burger
All
fun.
the flipping.
So, question number 5. Which state did the first McDonald's restaurant open? Have you boys seen the film The Founder?
Yes.
Yeah, you should know this then. Well, it depends how
Ray
much.
Kroc.
Yes, yeah.
Could have asked me about the founder's name. We got that.
So,
Who played him? Could get that.
I'd say that whole story was savage, wasn't it?
Oh.
Yeah,
Brutal.
absolutely brutal. Yeah, I felt so sorry. Like I rewatched that film not long ago. And it's just at the start when the guy is saying it's like, we tried it or we franchised it for, and it put whatever his name in hospital, with his heart condition. And it's like, what do you think doing this is going to do to the poor guy? Like when I mean, I feel I can give away spoilers. It's been long enough, but when he takes the business from the guys, and brutal. Yeah.
A gentleman's agreement for the profit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 1%, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, we can't put that in the contract because the legal team won't let it or something."
Yeah. Nah.
Like,
Savage. Absolutely savage.
I don't have an answer for this.
You don't. I mean, how many states are there in America? Like 52 or something?
51.
51? 1 in 51 chance?
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Have you got an answer, Lee?
Yeah.
Okay. Confident or?
No,
Okay.
so I don't think it's right.
I don't think it's right either.
Okay. Right. Let's do the answers.
The answer. So closest wins.
Closest. Okay, right. How many burgers are consumed in a year? Sorry, I forgot that bit at the start. In the UK collectively. Lee,
55 million.
55 million. Okay. Quite far off. Tom?
Well, I could be really far off to it, but
Okay.
I've gone very big. 3 billion.
Okay. Yeah, 2.5 billion. So yeah, Tom is the closest. I had to quick math then. I was just like, wait.
Definitely me. I thought you'd be good at those ones. You've been rubbish the last one as well. Everyone has a
Right.
burger like a year.
That's what I was thinking.
And there's 60 million people in the UK, so 55 million.
A burger a year? Is it not a weekly thing?
Everyone has a burger a year. That's what I'm saying. It's a standard.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
has a burger a year. Easy.
Yeah. No,
It's
I'm
gotta
saying,
be
is it
the
not like
billions.
every week? Is
It's
that
gotta
not
be
the
the
norm?
billions.
Like,
Your Sunday lunch
am I
is
gonna
just
die
leftover
soon?
patties. Your Sunday lunch must be like this big.
Cramming a Yorkie.
Oh, but yeah. So yeah, fair play to Tom. Okay, right. Question number 2 was, where did the hamburger originate from? Country and city, a point for each. Yeah, Lee, what did you get?
America.
Okay.
Germany.
Okay. So Tom is right with the country.
Bash.
Yes.
Do you know the city?
I was torn between.
It's kind of obvious in the name, you know.
Hamburg, but I wrote Berlin.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
can't lie.
You should have gone with your gut. It's Hamburg.
But I also thought
Germany.
Zurich. But I'm not sure if Zurich's even in Germany.
I think it's Switzerland, isn't it?
There we go.
I don't know. My geography's terrible.
Zurich,
I'm probably wrong, but yeah. But yeah, no, I can give you a little bit of history on that if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, so hamburger started with a Hamburg steak from Hamburg, which was like a beef patty, just kind of like a ground up beef patty in the kind of like the shape of a steak, and that's where it originated. Then some dude in a bar just decided to sandwich it between some bread, and then
Probably inspired by the Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah, probably that guy. Does he even exist? I
Yeah, the Earl of Sandwich.
Really, I thought he was like a
real
mythical
guy.
creature. I
No, I'm sure the Earl of Sandwich is a real guy
Okay,
who demanded when he was playing poker that they put rare beef between two slices of bread, and that's where sandwich came from. And we all have him to thank.
Yeah. I was gonna say absolute.
What a legend
innovator.
that guy was.
Yeah,
Not dirty my fingers.
Yeah.
Whilst I'm playing cards.
It's like Sod Newton. I mean, it's all about the Earl of Sandwich. Like, yeah, he's the only guy that matters in history.
Yeah, he is.
Um,
He is when we make money out of selling meat between two slices of bread like we do. Got a lot to thank him for.
God bless him. So yeah, and then I think the Americans actually started putting it between bread. I think that was an American.
Well, that's
thing.
what I thought.
Yeah, I think
Because it was actually the first burger was two toasted white pieces of bread, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
there's a
then-
place in America.
Yeah.
I should know better really on this subject, but like, yeah, there's like a little cafe kind of restaurant, and yeah, it had like this old fashioned style like upright griddle.
Toast. Yeah.
Yeah, and they put the pieces of like sliced white bread in there, and then they put the onion and the meat sandwiched between these kind of like, they're almost like clamps, and
Yeah.
it went in sideways.
Yeah,
didn't
that's
it?
what I've seen. Yeah.
But I believe that was later. Yeah, definitely. It originated with Hamburg steak, and then I think the Americans stole it.
There's a lot of people like, why is a hamburger called a hamburger when it has no ham in it? That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the stupidity question.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
guys.
Why is it not
But
made
it's
out of pork?
Because it's from Germany.
Yeah,
I
that's
should
it.
have known. I should know this.
Yeah.
Hamburg.
So I mean, yeah, you got a point. So yeah.
Okay, question number 3.
Question number 3. So yeah, what year were we established? What year was Secret Burger Club established?
2016.
2016.
You're both correct. Yeah. I mean, I did narrow the kind of like parameters for you earlier by saying 2015 to 2018. But yeah,
Do you know, I
no.
already knew that. And do you know how I knew that? Well, it's written on your paper right there, which I wasn't laying on telling you. Right? But I knew that because I noticed it on the paper last time. I noticed it on your logo.
Okay, nice. Yeah. I mean, like, okay, yeah, fair play.
right
yeah.
there.
Curse your.
But I knew anyway.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like that's not that obvious. You know, you really have to look into that. And yeah,
I like
Covered in
detail.
Fair
sauce
play, yeah.
as well. It's good to be
I was gonna
licking the
say-
sauce.
Tom, like, give Tom's eyesight some more credit here. Right? So,
And I'm the one that's wearing specs, guys. I'm the one of the 4 of us that wears specs.
He's got performance enhancers.
I was gonna say it's so small. Yeah.
It's not the first time.
I was gonna say the text is tiny as well. So yeah,
is
fair
tiny.
play. Yeah, so point each. I'm not keeping score, by the way. Obviously,
Sorry.
I hope you.
Producer Adam does that.
3-1, I think, in a minute.
Okay. Oh man, we're not gonna get a tiebreaker, are we? At this rate.
We can do it for fun, but it's not for.
Oh wait, no, we might.
for
Sorry,
real.
there's 2 more questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there is.
Okay. Name one of the specials
Tom's
from
got
the
this
Secret Burger Club menu.
Name one of them.
Yeah, well, there's many. I'm just giving one
I'll
point,
put
I
the-
think. But
the
if you can,
Duke.
okay,
That's not on that. That's a
it's not a special, but it is
Is
on the
it not?
menu. It's on the menu.
Sweet
but it's
Jesus.
not a special. So yeah, sorry, bit of a trick
Then
question.
there's pimento.
It's pimento
There's
cheese.
the barbecue ranch, dough back. I do research.
Come on, Lee, keep up, man. Like you know,
Do you know what? Doing
I just book you.
the intros,
that's true. Yeah.
doing the intros pushes you to doing a little bit of
There'll be research. Yeah.
because you got to like find out like what they do or don't do, and come up with like those cheeky, I don't want to call the similes that I've been working on. I hope you may have noticed, listeners.
No,
that I
it's
do a lot
well,
of similes.
it's well recognised. I've noticed. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Tom.
Final. Well, we've got a final question. Question number
Yeah.
5. I have won.
Sorry, what did? Yeah, you
you
obviously
have-
you just spun off a few. Okay.
I don't know that I won.
For the first time.
You haven't won at all.
Last one.
Yeah, it was a fucking joke. Hang on, where's my swearing one? That was a fucking swearing. I'm still angry about the fucking
Why are you speaking gobbledygook when the beat times the swearing?
Because it's more fun when you go, you fucking...
Say a bunch of swear words.
I can't think of any.
Oh, man.
Anyway, I've won this one, so...
You need to borrow that. That's your turn. You need a turn, Louis.
Each week.
Yeah. Okay, the last question was, which state did McDonald's first open
California.
their restaurant?
I'm not confident. Oh. No, I wrote Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
Both wrong. Yeah. You
Is
said
it something
right?
Connecticut or something there?
It's Illinois.
Chicago is the capital of Illinois, right?
I don't know.
Chicago.
Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's off Mighty Ducks.
Chicago.
It is. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm awful with American history and states and geography. And yeah. Illinois, apparently.
I have another question.
Okay.
Who won that quiz? No. No. My question actually is: Are there any rules when like coming up with a burger?
Rules.
Yeah, like I don't know, like any sort of hard. There might not be, but any like hard, fast like guidelines. I mean,
Almost like boundaries. Or
Yeah,
like,
Anything to stay away from, like
Yeah.
putting in a burger.
Yeah, definitely.
it's a fluid question.
That's
I
a
made
good
it 3
question.
minutes
Yeah,
ago.
that's a great question. For me, I try and not to go too gimmicky. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of people out there that just gimmick, all for the gram, just like try and go big. Do you know what I mean? Whether it works or not, make it look appealing in some way, I try not to do that. I try and be different if I can and try and stick to just things that I know work. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, they're the kind of only parameters I set myself is just making something that actually works as flavor profiles. You know what I mean?
You think
Not
that
doing
this-
something for clout, just
The
to do for the
size
sake
of
of
the
it.
burger matters. So, like, being too big so you can't.
You can
I
go
heard
too big.
The 3-finger rule. Have you heard that one?
That's it.
That's Hester.
Are we still?
Wow.
I thought it's a family friendly show.
Family show, Tom.
You got to re-record that one anyway. They're going wow, wow, wow.
Man, the thoughts.
No, but that's a Heston thing where like
Really gonna
if
restrict
Heston was
myself.
building the ultimate burger and he like
Yeah.
threw the beef through the grinder,
Yeah.
and then pulled it out and then rolled it, and we followed that a bit with two guys. But
Yeah.
there was a thing where it can't be bigger than your 3 fingers.
Yeah.
That's as far as you can open your mouth. Oh,
100%. Yeah.
I'm just doing that for camera
I mean,
purposes.
not from the videos I've seen online, but edit out. Thank you. So 100%. I think you can go too big with a burger for sure. I think it's all about ratios. So we'd never, with a special, never go more than a double patty. Nor do I advise people go bigger than a double patty. I think it's too much. Do you know what I mean? There's too much beef there.
That's good value
Like you
as
said,
well,
you can't get a bite of everything when you're going bigger than that. I think depending on the burger, like sometimes we've done like a 1 patty burger. In those circumstances, one patty special. In those circumstances, it's usually when we got like another meat on top that kind of like, extends that ratio a little bit. But I think for me, the reason I made you guys the double West Coast, I feel like the ratios are just bang on with the cheese, the sauce, and the amount of meat. I think they're the kind of like the parameters I set myself. Nothing too wacky and just stuff that I feel like complements things. Like I said, I wouldn't do anything for clout. I'd just do it. Obviously, it's great to be creative and you can go a certain distance with being creative, but sometimes you got to rein it in a little bit, I think, and just like don't always go for what you think the people want to see. Like do something that you believe in and it does actually work.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good advice.
What about can I reflect that back at you guys? I wanna, with your kind of like new dishes, like where do they come from? What's like the inspiration for a lot of that?
I think we both answer this separately, but for me, it's all about making sure that when it fits within what we do, like Lee and I come from like fine dining ultimately, where we cut our teeth is fine dining, but like putting purees on a plate down there and slow cooked potatoes and, I don't know, like a fondant potato. It just doesn't work. It's not what the people want.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be, for me, that, I think the menu represents us both, honestly. But I think it also doesn't want to be too dirty. You see, pure filth.
Yeah.
We want an element of that because we want it to be indulgent, but also don't want people to have to go and join fat fighters after they've been here, so there's a balance of that. But then, like the okonomiyaki, for example, that's just something that I've seen and wanted to put on for a while, and was getting my arse into gear to actually get in the kitchen and sort of test it, because we test everything before it goes on. We go through a rigorous testing program. And making sure that it works.
Fine dining, it's something that I made bloody tons of when I was at Hammer and Pincers, is twice baked souffles.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of
that never felt like fine dining for me though.
No, it didn't. But it's the elements of fine dining, the actual technique and skill of doing a souffle.
Yeah.
We
Well,
want
that's
to incorporate that within a more casual dining experience.
Yeah.
Whereas we can still have the techniques and know how to cook fine dining food, but represent it in a way where it's relaxed and approachable for anyone that can walk off the street. And
super
they can
accessible
have
for you guys.
Twice baked souffle, which you don't have to book a table 3 months in advance. And and kind of go to a restaurant and have it twice. But you can come off the street and just go, right, twice baked souffle today. 'Cause it's sick.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And I think unfold on top of that, our belief is that the quality of the ingredient has to be fantastic. It doesn't have to be local. I think that it's great if it is, but it doesn't have to be. We're lucky that a lot of it is. Don't get me wrong, but ultimately we've stopped using people because it just isn't good enough.
Yeah,
and we've got to keep giving that quality back.
Yeah.
So and we discuss it. We've got a board upstairs. We write loads of ideas down. 3 get done. 1 gets on the menu. We try to do. We'd love to have more time to develop stuff all the time.
Yeah,
I think it's the quality that drives us.
Yeah.
It was like we see something on Instagram, we go to a restaurant, we eat it, and we go, oh, good with this will be good with this. I want to try this out. And then we try it out, it doesn't quite work. Okay, well, goes back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Something that we make once, great, wicked. Right, I'll go on the menu. It's completely different kind of.
Yeah.
Just very recently on this menu, it's coming out now, or just out now. It's probably changed by the time this goes out. But anyway, we were going to have a porchetta on it. I just come back from Rome. Like, porchetta is just like a part of their daily thing.
Nice,
and it's unbelievable. I didn't realise. I always thought porchetta was hot. They served it to me cold.
Right.
Yeah.
I always thought it was hot.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's just what we bastardise it in the UK, but it was fucking delicious.
Yeah.
They came back, let's try this. We brainstormed some ideas together. It was great, but actually, it was too expensive to put on as a sandwich.
Yeah.
It just burst the budget.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, we can't really feasibly put this on.
Would some people maybe pay that though? Do you think?
Yeah, but then you're holding the stock and there's a lot of other parameters around that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. No, I mean, I love what you guys do. I am a fan. Like, I'm gutted when I moved to Nottingham because you're not accessible for me anymore. And yeah, no, it's inspiring to see what you guys do with it, and it's really cool.
Yeah, we just want a place that people enjoy to come and see, but it's like kind of homely food for them that they recognise.
Yeah,
but done to an element like the eggy bread, say. Yeah. So we took that off once, and there was outrage. People putting pitchforks outside, chanting everything.
Bring back eggy bread. Bring back
off on
eggy
Facebook
bread.
and everything.
Death to Lee and Tom.
But like something as simple to that, but the quality of the ingredients, making the brioche and soaking it in our egg custard mix, and then caramelising like a brulee on top, and the smoked bacon is from Glenlivet, the dry cured smoked bacon, and smoking themselves. But in reality, it's a simple dish.
Yeah.
Really simple.
That everyone can make at home.
Yeah.
But not as good as we do.
No, of course not. Yeah. No, wicked.
I think that brings us nicely to the end today. Matt, where can people find you? Obviously, you've got to get you on your social, but is there any way that they can reach out and say hi with those boring DMs?
Yeah. Yeah, feel free to pop into those DMs and just don't ask me where we are and what time we open, please. But so Secret Burger Club, obviously.
Is that your handle on the
That is our
grams?
handle on the gram, Secret Burger Club. Yeah, you can always check to see where we are. Always announce our venues on there, usually on a Wednesday night. Sometimes I can fall behind if I'm having a particularly busy week, but yeah, we've got everything on there, and yeah. And can I plug my private one as well?
Of course you can.
Okay, I feel like it deserves a bit of love. So if you're into your food as well, have Secret Diners Club. I always like to kind of display where I'm eating. I think I like to promote other businesses as well. So yeah, I think that's, if you've got an interest in food and you want to see what's good about the area in Nottingham and Leicestershire and wherever else to kind of get to, yeah, Secret Diners Club as well. So yeah, Secret Burger Club, Secret Diners Club. Yeah.
That's good. That's smart because it's all kind of congruent as well.
Yeah, it's kind of.
You had a good day when you were searching for Instagram handles, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Try and get Tom Bauer now, and it's like Tom Bauer 5,000 underscore 212.
Sick. No, cheers for having me, guys.
No,
It was,
thank you.
yeah, it was
Thank
great
you very
to chat.
much.
Very much.
Yeah.
Can I press the button?
Yeah, hold it.
Matt is a man that's passionate about his product, isn't he? You know, he doesn't try to be all things to all people. It's burgers, and that's, well, it's not always passionate about, but that's what he wants to make money out of, being passionate about.
Definitely.
It's this thing.
And it's nice to hear his influences as well. Heavily influenced by American kind of In-N-Out
In-N-Out
burger,
burger.
is a big influence for him.
Never been. I would still look. Yeah, I really want to go.
But yeah, no, it's good, and he's found a real good product there with Secret Burger Club as well.
Yeah.
Goes around and he's extremely busy in other locations that he has.
And he's majorly popular. You know, he's got a big following of people that want to.
Yeah. And there's another exclusive on the podcast was
Dun 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 dun.
he's looking to get his own place. So
Yeah.
hopefully soon we will see a Secret Burger Club that's not so secret on your doorstep.
And I guess it's not
Somewhere.
a club either. It's just a place. Secret burger place.
Yes.
Burger
He might
place.
change his name.
Burger.
Burger Gaff.
The gaff.
The Gaff.
Oh yeah.
The Dean Gaffney.
Gaff. Ricky? No, not Ricky. What was his name?
No, Dean Gaffney was...
Dean Gaffney was called what though?
Robbie.
Robbie. I was going to call him Rodney.
He had Wellard, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have Wellard. Wellard's a great name for a dog.
It is.
It's a great name for a dog. Well, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Again,
I said
if you
everything.
enjoyed that one, like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Maybe just send it in direct message right now to someone that you think will enjoy it.
Just to
Because I
everyone.
reckon that they will. If you know of some burger-loving people or brunch-loving nutters, I think they'll enjoy this podcast. Because I know I would. Wouldn't you, Lee?
I would actually, yeah.
We'll leave you with that. Bye.